I'm going to make an assumption here that majority of the people that watch my channel, and there's probably only about 3 of you, but you're all probably amateurs in the sport. Chances are, if you are not a professional, you are going to struggle at times to juggle between your work, your life, and triathlon training. And for many people, triathlon is their life, but for a vast majority of you out there, triathlon probably is an add-on to everything else you have in your life. So it's difficult to juggle everything, and that's what this video is going to give you some tips on. So first of all, you've got to really think about what your priorities are. If you've got a family, if you've got work commitments, where does triathlon come in all of that? And chances are you need to work in order to fund this fabulous sport that you are part of. You have hopefully a wonderful family around you which can support you. So you need to think about where that fits in and how you're going to fit that in as well. So first of all, like I said, identify your priorities, and chances are triathlon probably comes down quite low. If you're the sort of individual that doesn't have some of those priorities within your life, yeah, brilliant, it might give you more time to fit in triathlon. Or you may have other hobbies, and again, so you just need to think where that fits in. So first thing you can do is identify what time you have available to do triathlon. So you think about your family time, you think about your time for your other activities, and you think about your work, and then whatever's left around that, you can think about how that fits in with your triathlon training. Also think about your training goals and what you're hoping to achieve. So chances are, if you are training for a shorter distance triathlon, you probably can fit that in a lot easier than if you were training for an ironman or beyond an ironman potential. So it's like I said, it's difficult to fit the training in when it increases. But what you can do is be smart. So combine your training sessions. You can do a brick session. You could go from a bike into a run. You could factor in some of your strength and conditioning before or after a session as well, especially if you're having to go to the gym to do some of that. Maybe you can throw in your swim session as well. Think about what time of day you do that as well, and this will depend on the individual. If you are the sort of person that trains well in the morning, well then maybe best getting up a couple of hours before everyone else within the household and getting your training done that way. Or perhaps later in the evening you might want to train after maybe children are in bed. Or the other option you could have is what can you do in and around your work as well. A lot of workplaces may have access to a gym. You may have access to something as simple as a shower, so you could go for a run at lunchtime. All of this needs to be factored in. You just need to sit down and sort of plot it all out as well. The biggest thing I would suggest you can do is communicate it. So with regards to the family, they need to know that that time that you've carved out your week is your time to train. So put it on a plan, stick it on the fridge or wherever the family can see it, so they know 7 o'clock on a Friday evening, that's your time to train, and they know then the rest of the time is when they will see you as well. So you do need to dedicate the time to your other priorities as well as dedicating the time to your triathlon, and like I said, it depends where it comes in within the priority list. I've mentioned being smart with your training and combining it, but really get the most out of every session that you do. So don't just go for a run, work out what you're trying to achieve from that. Is it a specific pace? Is it a specific distance? But what's the reason for that? Are you looking to train within a certain heart rate? There's got to be goals from every session. It can't just be a wasted session and just getting out there. The other thing then is to ensure that you are having enough time for your time off as well. So rest is just as important as your training, so make sure you factor that in as well. Anyway guys, it's just a short video. I hope it helps. Let us know what are the things that you do within triathlon that just make it a lot easier to fit it in and around the rest of your life. Anyway, hit us up on social media. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you want us to cover a certain topic in the future, just let us know. Cheers all.